Hello, friends. It's your favorite neighborhood nerd, Simone, with a BENU Pixie. Yes, of course. When BENU contacted me the other day and asked if I wanted to collaborate, and I had my foot in the door, I definitely reached out to them again and said, hey, would you also send me a Pixie? Because, oh my gosh, I need to get my hands on that pen. And it is even cuter than I thought it would be. Comes in this amazing box, super sturdy, really lovely. And if you're going to wonder, yes, I saw on Instagram that if you put this part on here, it will work. This is such a great design. Oh, love it. I asked for the Honey Bronze in extra fine, and we're going to look at it. There's some instructions here. Lifetime warranty, product information and lifetime warranty, and what to do, what not to do, how to use this. Now, here it is. Yeah, let's get closer. Is it shaking? Look at this. I already pulled it out, but it's so nice. It sits in this box and it comes out more easily when you don't break the cardboard. There is cardboard here, sits in here, and here's the pen. This is the Honey Bronze. I'm just going to show this to you, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the pen and the other iterations that, or designs, colors that they came out with. The BENU Pixie will be available March 1st on retailers' websites. So they have come out with 8 models that are the vibrant BENU signature colors. One is called Stardust Pink, Emerald Sea, Plum Cream, Aurora Gold, Icy Violet, Aqua Glow, Twilight Lagoon, and then this one that I have in my hand here is the Honey Bronze. Their MSRP is $72, and then they are coming out with 3 BENU Pixies in classic colors that are a little bit more understated. Those will be the smoky black, the coffee brown, as well as the royal blue. And those will retail for about $59. So let's look at the BENU Pixie that I have in my hand right now. Compare it to some other pocket pens that I have in my possession and talk about the length, the weight, and try the nib. This is a short pen. 2 flat tops. The finials are, are they concave or are they convex? They go in. The cap is bulbous. There is a indentation here that works as a great, no it doesn't. Does it work as a roll stop? No, not really. That I thought was going to work as a roll stop with the BENU logo engraved and then filled in with silver. This is something that BENU does, I believe, for production reasons. There's no different colors. This Honey Burst, I would probably assume would work better with gold, but they all are filled with silver. And then this is the barrel of the pen, same thing, flat top. It unscrews. Let's see how many rotation it takes. 1, 2 cap rotations to uncap the pen. And then here is the full pen. It is almost a little bit taller than my pointer finger. So you can see this is a tiny pen. The section is, when I hold this pen without posting it in my hand, it doesn't even reach the crook of my hand right here. It comes with a steel Schmidt number 5 nib. This one, the one that I have here, is an extra fine nib. They come in extra fine, fine, medium, and broad nibs. And then you have, unscrew the tiny barrel of the pen, and it comes with a standard size cartridge. Now, I do not have the Kaweco foldable converter. I reached out to my contact at BENU and asked if that would fit into this pen, and she reassured me that that would be the case. So unfortunately, I won't be able to test it, but if you need a converter for this pen, the Kaweco foldable converter should be your best bet. All right, let's screw this back on here. I am not going to use the cartridge. I will just dip test this nib later, and then let's see how it posts. It posts securely, and it does not shake off or anything. So this works really well. This is what the cap looks like from the inside. You can see the threads, and then this goes on here. This is what the pen looks like in my hand. It is well balanced. It is just long enough to be completely in my hand. It should not be any shorter. It could be a tiny bit longer, but it doesn't feel wrong. Now, I'm not really sure what this indentation here is for besides the logo, and I think it works really well here. It doesn't seem to be a roll stop, because every time I put it down, it doesn't really roll, and it doesn't roll over to the side to stop. So I do not think that this has any type of functionality besides the fact that it is to house the BENU brand name. Now, for some reason, I find this to be the wrong way. As a righty person who is right-handed, I would hold this pen this way, and so the BENU logo is upside down. However, everybody who is a lefty and writes with the left hand can finally rejoice, because, well, there we go. Okay, because it is on the right side when it's closed. However, when I write with this, this is when people are not smart and do fountain pen reviews. This is what happens. So if I post the cap, of course, the BENU logo will be right side up. Smart. Now, let's do some size comparisons. I can zoom in this far because those pens are so tiny. Let me put this pen right here next to the Kaweco Sport and the TWSBI Diamond Mini. This is a one-side mini, and this is the BENU Ambrosia. So it is, the BENU Pixie is a fraction of the size of the Ambrosia, and actually in size it compares best to the one-side mini. But I know that so many people have the Kaweco Sport, so I actually went out and purchased one to be able to compare it to the BENU Pixie. This is what they look like when they are capped. Now, I am posting all of these pens in order to hold them correctly. So let's zoom out a bit so I can get them all in the shot and compare them with each other. The TWSBI Mini as well as the OneSi Mini are both screw to post. The Kaweco Sport, the BENU Ambrosia, as well as the BENU Pixie are all just post regularly. You push the cap on the back of the barrel and then it posts. The BENU Pixie posts way more securely than the BENU Ambrosia. Well, now my effect of showing you how not well it posts, it feels like it is not securely posted. Most of the time it is, however. But with the BENU Pixie, you don't have this experience here where you feel like you have to push hard to create some sort of stickiness. This is how the BENU Ambrosia sits in my hand. It is actually looks like it's quite a long fountain pen, full-size fountain pen in my opinion. The OneSi Mini looks like this. The Kaweco Sport looks like this. The BENU Pixie looks like this. And the TWSBI Mini looks like this. They are all still working out in my hand. However, the section width of all of those pens is quite narrow. The section of the BENU Pixie, wow, as well as the Ambrosia seem to be exactly the same. This section here looks like, wow, looks like it's a tiny bit shorter, but they both house number 5 Schmidt nibs. So let's see if they would actually be interchangeable. I have noticed that with BENU and the way that they produce their pens, it might work. Yeah, it seems like it works. Here we go. Maybe it's just optical illusions that this section here is a tiny bit longer at the end. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna try and risk it. So let's dip test the pen and see a writing sample, and then talk about the length, the cap rotations one more time, and I am comparing it to the Kaweco Sport because I know that so many people here know this pen and love this pen. I actually do not, and I want to see why I enjoy this pen more than this one. As with all the pens that I use for the very first time, I am dipping this into Waterman Serenity Blue to see how it feels and how it writes. This way I can easily identify if maybe I need to tweak a nib. This is this, to me, looks like there might be something wrong with the tines. Maybe they're... Let's see this let's look at this under the loop. I am not so sure that you can see this. However, I have the feeling that this nib has some misaligned tines. So I will be back in just a second. So what I just did was, this is what I did. Let me open this to a new page. I just push down and let it come up easily, just to see if this would do something. And I actually think that it already helped. So this is also an extra fine nib, and so maybe I'm just not used to the fact that this is just such a fine writing instrument. BENU. I'm gonna re-dip it because I used so much already. This is the BENU Pixie. And the color that I chose is Honey Bronze with an extra fine nib. Now the ink that is in here, this is a steel Schmidt nib. And I feel like this actually has a little bit of bounce. So let's do some downstrokes, some side strokes, some upstrokes. It's quite dry and a little bit scratchy on the upstrokes. And let's do a figure eights. Yeah, this feels actually really good. Oh, I like this. I wasn't so sure about the extra fine nib, but I already have a medium nib. I have a fine nib. And so I thought, you know what? I should try the extra fine nib. I really like it. This is lovely. You could totally also just eyedropper this pen. This barrel is completely made from resin acrylic, and you could put ink in here, add some silicone grease right here, and then eyedropper this pen. I also have something that I want to show you later, which is amazing. You know what this might be, possibly. So let's talk about the pen. The pen length, when it is capped, is 9 centimeters long. And I am going to write the Kaweco Sport length in comparison right behind. 10.5 centimeters for the Kaweco. The length, when it is uncapped, is 8.3 centimeters. Wow, a 3 looks like this. And the Kaweco is 10 centimeters. So, oh, look at this. It's upside down because when you post it, it's right side up. So this is 10 centimeters when it is uncapped, 10.5 when it is capped, 9 centimeters when it is capped, and 8.3 centimeters when it is uncapped. Now, the length when it is posted is 11.3 centimeters. It is still a pocket pen, in my opinion. Still a small pen when it is posted. Does not post to be a full-size fountain pen. The Kaweco, in comparison, I'm just going to do this now. is 13.2 centimeters. And is it postable? It is postable. And it posts securely. And in my opinion, it is necessary. For me, it is necessary to post this pen in order for me to be able to write with it. This is not, wow, I'm always telling you it's secure, but did you hear the snap? I feel like when it snaps, then it's not, then the cap isn't secure anymore. This is still very short when it's not posted, but as you can see, if I stretch my fingers out, it can almost get through here, but it does not. The Pixie is shorter, and so it's really hard to handle. It's like a too short pencil. That's kind of how it feels to me. All right, let's talk about the cap rotations. We already talked about this. Cap rotations is 2. So I really commend this. These are the same threads as they are on the BENU Daily Mate. And I'm not sure if they learned from this experience with the Daily Mate, but it's only 2 cap rotations. This is totally an everyday pen that you could use and throw into your pocket and carry it with you and be at the ready within a really fast amount of time, not like the BENU Daily Mate when the person is already done talking and you're still uncapping your pen. So wait, if you want to know more about the Daily Mate, I have a video on that on my YouTube channel where I talk about the cap rotations. It is 13 grams with the cap posted and capped. The Kaweco is 11 grams and the weight uncapped without the cap is 6 grams. And that's exactly the same weight as it is for the Kaweco Sport. Now, the diameter of the section and narrowest point, which is all the way down here. I want to talk about the section in just a second. 9.3 millimeters. Whereas the Kaweco is 9.4 millimeters. If you look at the section, it flares back out, so it is wider. It tapers down from the cap threads and narrows down towards the nib, and then just before it flares back out. So, and then the diameter at the widest point is 10.96 millimeters, and for the Kaweco Sport it is 10.003. And I totally noticed that difference for sure. Now, section length for this pen is 2.2 centimeters. Whereas the Kaweco comes in at 1.5 centimeters. And that is, as you can see here, section is this length. Now, I have recently found that a pen does not also need to be a certain diameter at the base of the pen, the section, but also I really like when the pen is chunkier back here where it sits on the crook of my hand. Here or with this one right here. And this is not a thing that I am writing down anywhere right now, but I found it very interesting that this pen is definitely narrower. It's 13.37 millimeters, and the BENU Pixie, because of the bulbous cap, is 16.6 millimeter. Now I also measured the TWSBI Mini, which is 14.55 millimeters, so it is bigger than the Kaweco Sport, and the Bonsai Mini with its big barrel and cap is 14.77 millimeters. So, what could be the thing that I want to talk about? Yes, you figured it out. So, I have found that actually, so look at this. This will work. If I unscrew this nib, and screw this on here. Let's try and see. Yep. You might be able to eyedropper this pen and put a parallel section on here. How cool is that? It also fits into the cap. Let's see what happens if we take out this. Wow, now I need some, well, let's just do it this way. Would this also work? Let's see and figure it out. Nope. This will not fit in here. So let's finish this video up. I want to write that pilot parallel section screws and fits with cap. However, eyedroppering would be needed. So I will stop the video and speed up the next section about my first impressions, and then we'll see what the final verdict on this pen is. OMG. This pen is so much smaller than I had expected, but it is so tiny and cute and surprisingly usable. I can't wait to put this through a longer writing session and see how my hand feels after a page or two. I also want to try and see how this would work with a parallel section on it. So many things to try. The nib feels bouncy. For some strange reason, I haven't really experienced that as much with the fine and medium nibs. It is smooth and ink flows well. Lovely. I can see this being a fun collectible item too, as the colors are so much fun. Good job, BENU. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching this video. I think this is an awesome pocket pen. It definitely is up there with my TWSBI Diamond Mini. But I can see myself having one of those in my purse for writing. It will fit in my pen loop with my Hobonichi week. So this could be a cool planner pen, actually. Let me show you. Here, it's gone and put away, but I can see myself using this in my planner here. Let's see, let's just see. This works great. Wow, can you see? No, I can. You don't. This works great. Yes, so this is definitely, I don't really have anything that I would call BENU out for on this pen. This just works. If you don't like pocket pens, or if the size isn't the right size for you, of course it isn't the right pen for you. But as a general pen, the way this appears, I originally thought this was going to be just a knockoff Kaweco, but it is not. It is its own pen. It's its own thing, and I really love them for innovating something new. So I'm so glad this has joined my fountain pen collection and my small pocket pen collection, sub collection. Let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite color combination, and if you're already waiting to get one for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Until then, bye.